Hey folks, this is Eric Core. I'm here talking with Eva and Thomas from the band's Lucha Luna, doing this for Punk Globe. Super excited to meet you both. You're coming from Seattle, but you used to live in Oakland, right?
I used to live down there. Yeah, I lived there for about 9 years, and then went traveling all over, and ended up back here in Seattle, where I'm from.
Cool, cool. Um, I I'm excited to talk to you because I like the cumbia punk mix, and there was a apparently I don't know if you've heard, but I guess in Oakland there's a big cumbia punk type of scene coming up. And
Awesome.
also a little bit in San Francisco. And I don't know if you remember the DNA Club in San Francisco when you were out here.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I went there the other night. They were doing it was National Goth Day or whatever, and they were doing
Yeah.
like the whole club was goth music, but there really isn't enough goth music for the whole club, so they were interspersing new wave. But what was really cool is in this one room is they would slip in cumbia.
Awesome.
And that was the thing that really it was so much fun watching all these goths like totally getting down with cumbia. And
Mhm.
like like then the new wave song would come on, people were like more like stoic, and then the cumbia would come back, and it was super fun.
Yes.
But it's just it seems like such a great marriage. So how did you all get to that place? I mean, what was kind of inspired you to come together with that?
Yeah, I mean, we've been friends like loosely through the music scene for like 5 years, and about a year ago, the two of us ran into each other again and started hanging out and like talking about music that we were both into, and we both share like long history with punk music, but also with cumbia, salsa, and like dance music. And we didn't really have a plan. We were just were like, I think we should make some music together, and then it just like all sort of spilled out. And
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, it was just very natural. I think Thomas made some really cool beats, and I was like, "Oh, these are amazing!" And then just naturally came out all in Spanish, and we both love dancing and partying, so I think it just kind
yeah.
of meant to be in that way.
It's kind of a mix of like every music that we've ever loved. And like Eva also is in an awesome punk band up here where she screams her head off amazingly called Toxic Tears. And so we bring a little of that into this, but also like when we're not doing like global bass nights, she's down in the like skate park with a generator punk show, thrashing around.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll have to check out that band afterwards. That sounds really cool
Yeah,
too. I really enjoy the sound. I like it because it's like super chill and soulful at times, but then there's like these edges come in.
good.
And I like
Mhm.
I like the edges because it kind of like it kind of brings me back to like I'm in the groove, and then all of a sudden it takes me to another place. And so I really dig that.
Yeah, we've just been really flowing together. I think like we've been saying yes to each other's ideas a lot, and um, it's just felt really fun to like start from start to finish of a song, not really having a plan, just like what feels good to us.
Mhm. It
Yeah,
almost feels like a jam session. Like we'll
yeah,
just play something, like you're listening with your friend, or you mess around making a beat, and then you're like, oh, you start mumbling maybe a lyric or something, and you start singing, and then it just kind of comes together, and we're like, wow, we just made a song.
yeah,
It's really fun to make music with Thomas. So yeah, I think maybe hopefully that comes out in the songs that we
yeah.
make, the spirit of what it feels like when we make it together too.
Oh, it really does. There's kind of a joyous, like really just a really good energy. So,
I think
so oh,
yeah,
go
for
ahead.
me,
Sorry.
like I mean, punk always has had this mix for me of like being about rage and joy, and I think we're really tapping into that where there's a piece of it for sure that's about like saying there's a big piece that's about saying no, but there's also a big piece about saying yes, like yes to our autonomy, yes to our lives, yes to like taking care of each other. And that's a big piece of what I've always vibed with.
That's really cool. When so you're dropping down the beats, Thomas, and then when you're coming up with the lyrics, are you coming in with like some ideas, or do the beats kind of inspire where you want to take it? What's the process there?
I'll say the beats definitely inspire the harmonies and the way that I'm singing it, But for the most part, I think my brain is constantly on. And so I'm always thinking about what's happening around in the world, how who's affected, and relationships, the humanity, like all of that is constantly on my head and in my heart. And so I think that just naturally comes out that way. Like I don't intend to always make a song that's political or that it's about like feeling joy of being alive, but those are kind of the things that always sit inside of my heart deeply. And so I think that that's just always comes out that way. Even with like Toxic Tears, the songs are always very political and very straightforward about what our message is. So yeah, I think it just happens like that.
Yeah. It's been fun. Like, I feel like the first few songs that, like, the first few, like, kind of beats that I made, they were kind of were all yeses. And then after getting those done, I just started, like, every free moment that I had, I would, like, just start playing around. I layer a lot of, like, Latin and Brazilian percussion in ways that feel, they work well together, but they're, like, sometimes, like, weren't designed to go together. And so it's kind of fun to create those mixes and then big, heavy bass. But now I have dozens and dozens and dozens of song starts, and we'll just like go through them. And I was like, next. And then one will come out and she's like, I have an idea. And she like breaks out the phone and starts like usually like humming, just like vocalizing, and then words start to come. It's like so, I don't know. It's so, it comes from inside.
Yeah. Exactly.
La música
viene por adentro, literally a lyric. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's what that was about. Yeah, it's coming from the inside for sure, of just like resonating and then following that feeling.
Nice. It almost seems like almost an emotional trigger to a beat.
Yeah.
Yes,
it opens up something.
for sure. Yeah. Like if I feel the beat, I'm like, oh, whoa, okay, something's like clicking right now. Yeah. That's just kind of how I think of music. That's how I like writing in general for everything.
Totally.
Do you want to tell me about some of the songs, like some of the what's behind some like um mon, forgive my
Manzana
pronunciation.
Prohibida.
That's what I was going to say. Tell me about that. It's got a really cool, like, that's, I really enjoyed that one a lot.
Thanks.
Yeah, I love that one too. The beat is really hard and it's sick. I like that one. Also, just kind of Manzana Prohibida is basically forbidden apple. And so my name's Eva, and I think about I also think about a lot of like, you know, the Adam and Eve story. Like the woman is the one that took the apple. She did the forbidden thing that she was not supposed to do, right? And then we always kind of blame the woman for that. But honestly, that's really not the story. And so, no muerdas de la manzana prohibida, don't bite from the forbidden apple. You know she gives you life. You know she gives you life. And it's like a temptation. You're saying like, she's so soft, come give me a bite. You're so soft, come give me a bite. It's full of energy. Look how it shines, like the temptation of the sinner. And then I say like, you're not innocent. You're just like pretending to be, basically, is what it is. So that's kind of what the song is about, is letting yourself take into the temptation of being sinful, but really what is sin?
Yes.
We're all kind of sinners.
That's very cool. Well, I'm going to ask about two more then. Ritmo Eterno?
Ritmo Eterno, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the opening track on the album, which feels, I'm really glad that we placed it there because it really feels like an opening. I'm using this like, wow, how deep are we going to get on production nerdiness?
I'm
but, you know,
full on nerd on this stuff, so go for it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a very much like has the vibe of a traditional cumbia song. There's some cool, like, I'm sure music nerds who went to Colombia and like recorded out of the Pico systems, which are like the massive, like homemade street sound systems that they have champeta parties with. And they like played instruments through them and then reamped them, re-recorded them, and then made it into a MIDI instrument. So That's that bum 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 sound. That has just some like really wonderful gritty distortion. Um, yeah, and the song means the eternal rhythm. Um, I don't know what else about that.
Yeah, because then literally what we're talking about how we write music is
Yeah.
like the music lives from inside you. Eternal rhythm comes also like that idea when we were first making that song. I was super into like watching documentaries about like energy and the universe and stuff, and like you know how they say when you put energy out into the world and into the universe, it can't be taken back. Like it's always going to be there forever, even after we die. Like that energy will always be there. That rhythm is always there. That energy will never leave. So be cautious of what you're like
Yeah.
expressing in your heart, and remember that music comes within you, and that like that's powerful in itself.
Yeah. We say the music comes from within and movement is eternal in that song. And if you watch us carefully when we're playing live, our brains are both working really hard to remember if we're saying the movement is eternal or the movement comes from inside or the music is inside or the music is eternal. And we're both like
No, yeah, it's
just holding on for dear life to like say those in the right order.
yeah. So sometimes every live performance we might say the wrong lyric.
Yeah, we like to improvise, just mix it up. You always deliver a surprise to the audience and ourselves.
That's
We'll look
awesome.
at each other and be like, "Movimiento siempre es eterno," right? That's the one we're.
I made up some like subtle dance moves to remember.
Yes.
Like it's our punk rock Macarena.
Yeah, we're like,
Punk rock arena.
Oh, that's great. Okay, one more song. Marca del Sol.
La marca del sol,
yeah, that's a
sol,
good one.
sol. Was that the first? No,
No, that
Camino
wasn't
was
the
the
first
first song that we did, but
Yeah.
I feel like that was the first. Like, I don't know. It was an early one, and it felt so good.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that song. Again,
Yeah.
very into like the universe and stars and stuff. It's like literally a song to thank the sun for coming out and giving you life. Like I'm singing to the sun. I'm literally saying the mark of the sun. Like she gives me my brown skin. Look at how she glows. She gives us warmth and she shines for us in the day. Is basically a song for the gratitude of every day and the sun coming out to shine on you
Yeah,
and being grateful for the love that she brings us and the life that she gives to earth.
yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And I was just gonna also shout out our buddy Sam who co-produced the album with us and added a lot. He did the mixing, but also did a lot of like adding the guitars. He had all these great guitar ideas, especially for that song. But it was really nice to like fill out those ideas and bring this like he has like an acoustic guitar that comes into that song out of nowhere, like I never would have thought of.
Yeah, he's a genius. He's awesome. We love Sam.
And that is a really fun song to play live too.
Yeah.
And also one where we have to, as soon as we press play, we have to start yelling, "Hey, ha!"
I'm like, all right, you ready?
Do you ever take any of these and just kind of like let them jam and just kind of like go on? Because I'm thinking about there's such great dance. There's such a great dance feel. Are there times where you just feel motivated to let the song flow for a while longer and just go, or do you kind of stay to the structure of the album?
I mean, I think we're still experimenting with how to like have a little more flexibility with playing live because we're playing with backing tracks and then sort of adding from there. Like we both have drums and percussion now, and so we're both like rocking out on drums and some shakers and your whistle, and then Eva just added a sampler.
So happy about it.
It's awesome, and it's like finding. Actually, I don't know where that voice sample that you.
I came
added.
from an interview with, I believe, a philosopher, and he's
That's good.
yeah. We're trying to add more. We're like really learning how to play on stage.
Yeah,
'cause
and we're adding some like we have some extended versions. I'll say like we can't quite make that happen live if we're like, oh, let's loop this, but there are some songs that we've added like a extended outro that we can just drum over, and
Hmm.
yeah, finding those moments.
That's cool. Yeah, it's funny because when I listen to it, it's like I there's the party feel, but it's also the type of music where I could see staying up to like 2, 3, 4 in the morning and having those really deep conversations at the same time. So I like that it
That's
does
kind of
double
what we were
duty
doing
like
last
that.
Literally.
night.
Yeah.
And I thoroughly I fell in love with cumbia years ago. There was a gay bar in Oakland called the Bench and Bar,
Hmm.
and they would play a lot of cumbia. And I remember the first time I heard it, it was just like just the feeling of it was like nothing I'd ever felt before in music. It just something magical about it. So I'm just thrilled that you bring that in.
Yeah, and it's been having a resurgence, I guess, like consistent, and as music that's been constantly renovated over hundreds of years. I was gonna shout out when you were talking about Goth Night earlier, a local band here in Seattle, Dark Chisme, who is just killing it right now, and she's doing like dark wave with cumbia influences in
Oh,
Spanish.
wow.
I wouldn't be surprised if she played DNA Lounge or any of those spots, but yeah, there's lots of it's cumbia is finding its way into lots of different beautiful places.
No, I for one am very happy about that. Um, you mentioned it before about some of your connection to punk rock and some of the stuff, and then kind of how that your singing. You mentioned earlier about some of how your singing came to be and how you got into that. And do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, so I grew up in the punk scene, like in high school, just going to like house parties, being the youngest one there, and just vibing, it was really cool. And then a lot of those houses kind of, closed or people moved away. And so I had always continued to listen to punk music and stuff because I love it. And then I was starting to go to like the skate park and going to those punk shows. And I met someone who's like so cool. Her name is Ambika. She's super sick. She's in a band called Dis Test. And they go so hard. But this is like in the early stages of the band. And
Hmm.
she was like at the skate park playing a skate show at Marginal Way down here. Um, and she was just like rocking out, and there was people moshing in the pit, and then all of a sudden she like gets elbowed really hard in the face, and now there's like blood coming and pouring out of her nose, and she's like still singing, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck, like what happened, are you okay? She's like bleeding out, still like almost like gargling the blood and like singing, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Punk
She
rock.
drops the mic, runs off, and there was a band named Free Tampons that was playing that day. So she just sticks like two tampons in her nose, tries to come back and keep singing, but just can't because she broke her nose. Someone broke
Oh,
her nose,
wow.
basically. She dropped the mic, but the band kept playing. And so the band's just going crazy, and the mic's on the ground. And I was like, what the heck? Someone came up and like grabbed her lyric book and was like kind of doing like trying to sing it, but not really giving the energy. And then they just like were looking around like, someone help me, someone help me. And I looked at them and I was like, can I try? And they're like, please. And they gave me the mic. I dropped the lyric book and I just looked at people like wanting to mosh. And I was like, all right, lyric, lyric, lyric. And I was just like, I want to see you fucking mosh, mosh. And then people just came and it was crazy. Like it was so fun. The band kept playing. We kept playing like two more songs and I just kept just yelling. And then at the end, my friend was like, dude, that was sick. That's so cool. You should sing in a punk band. I was like, you know what? Maybe I do want to sing in a punk band. So that's kind of how Toxic Tears came up. I started talking to my friend Jean, who was the drummer for Toxic Tears for a little bit, and we just decided to start jamming, and we started a punk band named Toxic Tears, and it just went on from there. But like, yeah, punk's always lived in my heart. I love it so much. But that was the first time I ever really was like, okay, I can actually scream, and I really love screaming. It feels really good. It feels like a
So fun.
outlet, like a very therapeutic. So yeah, that's the story of how I started singing punk vocals.
That's an amazing story. I love that.
The music comes
Um,
from within.
Yeah, the music comes within.
were you doing singing before that, or was that
Yeah,
like,
for sure. Like I've always sang. My mom says that she used to put Selena on for me, and I would just try to sing as a baby. But like,
mm,
singing's been a big part of my life for years, and I would sing mostly like R&B soul
Hmm.
stuff. I really love like Erica Badu, Sade, stuff like that. Like that's my vibe. So I never really tried to scream. I didn't think I could. That wasn't like really a
oh, so that
thing.
was your moment that was like the scream
Yeah,
moment right there.
that was
Oh,
the
that's
scream
cool.
moment. I didn't even know I could. I was like, let me give it a try. Why not? And then it came out and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Wait, this is fun and I really like doing it. So it came
Yeah.
naturally. Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool.
And then I grew up in like the punk teen scene around here on the east side of Seattle, and there was like this kind of amazing moment in the like late '90s, early 2000s where there was the teen dance ordinance in Seattle, where like the mayor was super upset about all ages shows.
I don't
Um,
know anything about. Tell me about that. I've never heard of that before.
yeah, they did
It
a
sounds like
cool.
something from Footloose or something.
Totally, it was Seattle's Footloose moment,
Okay.
and they did a cool podcast about it here. I think it's called Let the Kids Dance. Um, and yeah, so Seattle proper was having a hard time being able to have punk, like have all ages shows. And so a bunch of the all ages shows and these bands that had teenagers in them were ended up playing at like the Rebel and Old Firehouse, um, the Jewish Community Center on Mercer Island. And there's like awesome punk bands like setting things on fire and going nuts at teen centers.
Hell yeah.
Um, and I had a band that played one show when I was 14. We were called Angst for the Memories. And
I love that.
I was the drummer.
So good.
It's a great
And I
name.
didn't even think about it. I'm wearing my Operation Ivy t-shirt today, or tank top. Bay Area
Oh,
royalty
icons. Yeah,
icons.
for sure. That's awesome. Um, did were there a lot of bands like coming up in the scene that influenced you in Seattle or outside of Seattle or?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know about the tie to like Lucha Luna, but in terms of like, I mean, it's all in there. But like, Murder City Devils were huge for me growing up. It was always funny because like Spencer Moody, the singer, would forget his lyrics on stage, and we were all singing along, and he was like messing them up, and we were like, "Why is he screwing up the lyrics?" And, like, oh, because he's wasted. Um, and then Botch was a huge band for me here, which is like Tacoma, mathy, hardcore insanity. Um, who else? The Blood Brothers were going nuts when I was a teenager too. Just yeah, lots of local bands that were probably together for a year or two also that were just like tearing it up. Yeah.
It seems like you got a pretty strong scene happening up there right now.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Hmm.
The DIY scene here for punk shows is incredible. It's really amazing. I'm so grateful every time we play a show with Toxic Tears. Like
Hmm.
we just played a show for
Punk Rock
Punk
Prom.
Prom. Yeah. That is like in a DIY space, punk flea market down here, like down the road.
The
I read a
former.
story about that recently.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it sounds really cool. I want to see that someday.
It's amazing. The community is just so, I just love seeing like the youth kind of take it in their hands and like be just so welcoming and accepting of like everyone in the punk scene. It's incredible to see because I know when I grew up in the punk scene, it wasn't as accepting, honestly.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's incredible to see how it's developed and how the next generations are just taking it into their own hands and creating a beautiful space for everybody to like coexist, and photographers, artists, like
Yeah.
musicians, skaters. It's like really cool to see.
Just everything mixed together.
Yeah.
This it was an old QFC across the street, and then the group that does punk rock flea market took it over, and now it's called the Quality Flea Center. and it was like a lot of teenagers, people under 21, just like in their punk prom outfits. So like, I don't know, punk rock suit coats and
It
spiked
was really
hair.
cute.
My godchild Sai, who's 13, came and was moshing in there, and their dad showed up, and they were like, "Can you find Sai?" And I was like, looking all around for them and couldn't find them. And then they came out and they were like, "I crowd surfed for the first time." So I was like looking all over for them, and they're on top of like the group of people, like, "Let's go." So yeah, just that energy, like
Yeah.
space for young people to be weird and free and seen and supported.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing. Um, you mentioned behind you is the Lucha Luna, and I wanted to ask about the name. So it seems like,
So a little lucha libre scene.
oh, okay, all right,
Oh, okay. Keep asking it, and I'll find another accoutrement.
all right.
Yes.
Yeah, Lucha Luna. We had a quite a time trying to think of a name, honestly. I think that's like honestly the hardest part of creating Lucha Luna was literally just the name, trying to find a good name. But yeah, I really love Sailor Moon. I love the moon in general. Like I always say that she loves me so much she doesn't let me sleep when she's full. Like when the moon is
Oh,
full,
that's
I can
great.
feel it.
Yeah.
And like sometimes I'll be laying in bed and I'm like tossing and turning. I'm like, is it a full moon? And I'll look up through my window and I'm like, I knew it was a full moon because I can't sleep. I'm restless. I'm like a night owl. So I really love the moon. I resonate with her so much. And then,
Oh.
Our lucha luna combo.
oh, there you
We got these in Guadalajara.
That's awesome.
go. But the lucha part, I mean, again, very political. So like la lucha siempre, it's always going. And my mom always says like, mejor luchando juntos que solos. So like it's better to be fighting together than by yourself. Like the fight will always be, you always will have to be fighting for something, right? But it's better to do it together than by yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, we're fighting and loving together.
Fight the system, love the moon and nature.
Yeah.
But tell me about like how current politics are affecting like where you're going with music, like, and I think it's also like, I mean, punk rock and activism, at least to me, should always be connected. They're not
Uh,
always, but I think they should be. But I'm just curious, like, how do you pull that together? So,
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, like you said, punk and politics are such a thing, like always been the heart of punk. And I think that, yeah, I mean, with Lucha Luna in itself, I like to say like our joy is our resistance in some ways, like having space to be able to be joyful and dance, but also still be aware of like the threats that are outside to our own community. Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm Mexican and I'm Guatemalan, so my family gets affected directly towards like all the politics that are going on in the US. My family at home in Mexico are affected by a lot of the politics that go on in the US. And so, yeah, like I said, those things are constantly on my mind. They're constantly heavy on my heart. So, of course, a lot of the music that we write and that I write is always going to be loaded with that because it's the thing that feels the most
Yeah.
present in my life. And I think that it's so important to speak, not only speak about it, but like creating art and creating music that comes from that. I mean, it's like you're writing a poem to humanity, but you're also allowing people to feel like they see themselves in the situation, like they're not alone. Like literally, juntos hay
Yeah.
amor,
Yeah.
together
Yeah.
there is love, to hold each other in a space and to hold each other with some of the grief that goes on in our communities is the most joyful and like healing thing you can do. And when you can do that with a group of strangers in a room and feel that together, I think that there's something so healing about that when someone can come up to you and be like, hey, like that really resonated with me. Thank you for talking about that. And it's such a simple
Yeah.
thing, right? It's like not even, honestly, it's like bare minimum, to be honest, to just be writing a song about something political. There's so much work and so many other things that need to be done. But it's just like that one thing that I think is, for me, very, very important. And I know for Thomas too.
Yeah, I mean, I think when Donald Trump was elected the second time,
Can
there
we
was
just call him
something.
Voldemort?
Yeah.
Voldemort,
I'm
yeah, I was
joking.
like,
I'm
I don't
joking.
know how what name to use in this moment, but like, I think I've always had the question of kind of like, do I do art or activism?
Mm,
And it was so clear to me in this moment, like, even not even like intellectually, just in my body, I was like, we need to be artists right now and organize and do activism and put our bodies on the line and all the things. But like, there's a way that doing art helps keep space open for ourselves and each other emotionally, literally. Um, but yeah, I mean, we're living in a time that the government is terrorizing the Latino community. In a time that we're hosting the World Cup, but are not allowing people from, dozens of countries in and are frisking soccer players as they come in. Like the hypocrisies of this country, the violence of this country, the white supremacy of this country is on such a high level right now, that yeah, we need to be fighting and loving and just being together, I think, in this time. That,
And like
yeah.
not allowing people to kind of forget that, because I think too in spaces sometimes I do love dancing and all that, but I do think
Yeah.
it's always important when especially when you have a platform and you have people already collected in a room, to
mhm.
just kind of be there to remind like, hey guys, we're still in a moment of not peace here, and
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's ways that music is sometimes described as an escape, and there's a piece of that, maybe not an escape, but a portal into feeling something different. But also very much like don't want to just be like, well, let's party while the world is ending again.
Yeah.
And like we have this song Ser Humanos that is Eva's really beautiful poetry and kind of singing from a really deep place of connection, and that we perform that in the midst of like doing a set that's full of punk vibes and dance vibes, and then like we've been handing out ribbons to people as she performs this song and inviting them to like hold the ribbon and think about a word that they would like to say to the entire world if they could,
Mm.
and then inviting them to trade those ribbons with people and share their word with them. And that's been a really special thing to like, yeah, not just be a party, also not just be anger, but also be like, think about like what really matters to you and try to connect with a new person in this space.
Well,
Yeah.
that's really sweet. Yeah, I really thank you for the insights into the lyrics also, because I'm really like I love your voice, but also just hearing your wordplay and the way that you are framing things is really cool because it's giving me like I feel like I'm going deeper inside it, and I appreciate that.
Thank
Mhm.
you. That means
Um,
a lot.
and I think and I'm grateful because it's like you talk about joy, but it's like this community I think is an act of resistance right now. I mean, it's
For sure.
it's the more
And
they
real
keep people
community, like
isolated and
really holding
scared.
each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, it sounds like you've got that in abundance in Seattle, so I'm happy to hear that.
Yes, yeah,
Um,
that was cool.
it sounds amazing. It kind of like some of what I'm hearing there reminds me more like when I moved out to the Bay Area in the early 90s, and it was like it wasn't do you want to go to a show? It was like, well, there's five things happening today. Which one do you want to go to?
Yeah.
Or can
Yeah.
we hit three? And how do we manage it? Right? Like you plan like the strategy of like and I think sometimes when we have that going, it's hard to realize just how good things are, at the moment. It's
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Now you're gonna play. You've got some stuff coming up. You're gonna play Bumbershoot.
Yes, super psyched for that one.
We're
Super.
opening for Turnstile.
Oh,
Yeah,
We're
serious?
in festivals.
the lineup is insane.
Uh,
I've never been to Bumbershoot, and I'm so excited to go. Yeah, there's like incredible bands that I look up to and adore so much. So I'm like trying to keep it together and like not super go fangirl when I see them. But yeah, I'm so grateful and feel so blessed to be playing that with all those amazing artists and to
Yeah.
do it in our backyard.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean it's a Seattle institution. My mom's friend from college lived by Seattle Center, and when I was like 13, was like, "You're coming to this thing called Bumbershoot. You're gonna stay at my house. Here's a key."
wow.
And it was awesome. And then like back then it was like $18 a day or something. Now it's a lot more expensive. Um, but I mean, I saw Joan Jett. I saw Buena Vista Social Club. Um, talk about like mix of like punk and Latin music right there.
Yeah.
Also saw Jurassic 5. Like just they have so much cool variety of music. And it still is that way. Like Orville Peck is playing,
Oh, I love,
and
yes.
who else is playing?
Bikini Kill.
Bikini Kill?
Yes.
I
So much.
forgot.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Then we're also playing Timberfest here in a month or two, which is in Carnation, about 45 minutes east of here. It's like beautiful kind of park campground with a river running through it that you can just chill in during the day, and then lots of great music all night. Terra Cactus is playing, Reina Tropical is playing, a bunch of other awesome folks. And then in November, we're gonna go to Europe on tour for a month.
Yeah,
Get
that
out of
I'm
here.
so excited. So excited for that.
Well,
We're
that sounds
playing Resonator Festival in Denmark, which is this really awesome festival put on by Celebration Records. Just found out Juana Molina got added to the lineup, which is awesome. Also, Los Pirañas, who have people from Meridian Brothers, Frente Cumbiero, and somebody else awesome. Just like very cool, interesting lineup. And then traveling across Europe and ending up in Spain and playing a bunch of shows there. So we're gonna try to do it by train too, which
Yeah.
I think will be fun.
really
Um,
it's doable there.
yeah,
Yeah.
and we have a pretty light setup, like some
Yeah.
percussion.
Except for all my coats I'm gonna buy in France,
Dude, okay. When we went and played a couple shows in Mexico. We went to Mexico City, did a show there, and then we were going back to Guadalajara. And I was like, "Hey, you got any space in your
Your
suitcase?" I'm like, "For what?" Just like 4 leather jackets. We went to El Chopo.
I love the tianguis. The tianguis in Mexico are amazing, first of all.
Yeah.
Everything is amazing. There's incredible artists, amazing clothes, and I don't shop in the US. I only shop when I travel. And so when I go, I like try to get as many coats because it's cold here in the winter. And Thomas is like, well, you don't need 4 or 5 coats. It's hot. And I'm like, it's not for here. It's for when we go back home.
No, I don't have as many coats as you want. I just don't have space in my suitcase.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is because I don't have space.
Like leather coats are
Right.
So she's like, "All right, I'm wearing these." She has like 4 leather coats on, another leather coat over her arm with a record inside of it. And you got through?
I got through because I'm not a newbie. I've done this before.
This overview where you're like, "I'm really hot
I
right
was
now." It's like,
sweating.
yeah.
But I know the sacrifices it takes to get what you need to where you need to get it.
Totally.
I was not leaving the coats and I was not leaving that record. So
No, it's
I had to do it.
I'm in awe. It's amazing.
I can't wait to hear what you come back from Europe with.
Oh
Oh
my
God.
I'm sure we'll have some stories.
Yeah.
Have you been to Spain before? Or?
Yeah, I have. My niece was doing a residency there, so I got to spend some time with her. It was incredible. I love it. Barcelona is where I was, and also got too many coats coming back.
Coat addiction. Yeah, I've been there as well, and it looks like we're going to be in some like kind of all over the country in some places that I don't think either of us have been before.
Hmm.
So
So
just
sick.
kind of here for the adventure. I think both of us. I mean, it'd be awesome to like make a full life career out of doing music, and that's definitely like a hope. But also, like, we're here to have experiences, have opportunities. Like talking with you here today is like, if we weren't playing in this band, we wouldn't have a chance to like
Oh,
have an interesting conversation with somebody from San Francisco from the punk scene. And it's just like I always try to have like a broader feeling about kind of like we went to Portland, played a show there, but then we got to stay with our friends and like be in their cool house and see all their amazing show posters on their walls. And
Yeah.
just like, this is the thing.
Yeah.
It's not like a sideline thing. This is all just living through music.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
well, if you get a chance in Spain, I was there years ago, and I found a little hole in the wall flamenco place in
Mm.
Madrid, and
Mm.
it was one of the most transcendent experiences I've ever had in my life with music. It was so emotive, so
Mm.
raw, so powerful, and just, I mean, I still think about it all the time because it just took me to another place.
Yes.
Uh, and that's funny. Then I went to Barcelona and I went to another show, and the guy in the Barcelona show was like, "Oh, where did you go in Madrid?" And I told him, he goes, "Oh, I'm so embarrassed." I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "Because you saw the real thing." He's like, "We put on the tourist show." He's like, "That's the real stuff." So, but I'm
Wow.
glad I got to see both. I mean, both were
Yeah.
fun,
Yeah.
but the real thing was like, it's like my head just exploded. It was wild. That was
Well,
so beautiful.
we're gonna hit you up for that venue name.
I think it was called Cardamomo, and it was near Plaza del Sol. And it is it is a hole in the wall.
Okay.
Oh wow, okay.
It is just like,
Oh yeah.
if you don't like, you got to ask around, because I found a guitar school, and I went in there, and my Spanish is worse than broken, and we were trying to communicate, and I was like trying to convey that that's what I wanted to see, and they're like, "Oh, Cardamomo," and they wrote that down. They sent me there, and it was just so glad I found it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it
Wow.
still exists, but if it
Okay.
does, check it out. It was so amazing.
Oh, awesome.
So
Well,
I'm
yeah,
super
we'll be
excited
there.
for you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
Yeah, that should be just
We're having
amazing.
fun.
Yeah. Oh, it sounds like you're gonna have a great time. I mean, you've got some really cool stuff happening.
Yeah.
So it's nice because it's like you've also got a great scene that you're leaving from. You got all this cool stuff, but then it's nice to have such a wonderful place to go home to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. And we
So,
both have our families here too, so it's
Hmm.
like, yeah, nice being close to home.
and then you're doing a remix album? Okay.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Woo! We got a bunch of really cool like producers and DJs from around the world to do remixes, like one per song. Um, yeah, Magabo, Kema, Sonido Arecho. God, now I got myself into having to do all of them. Zero 39, Rio Bamba. Sí, and Los Chicos Altos. Did I
Our
forget anyone?
our friend Sam
Sam?
did a really crazy mix of literally all of the songs into one
Yeah,
remix.
the
Oh,
Dr.
It's
Red
cool.
Mega Mix.
absolutely amazing. It's crazy. It takes you on a roller coaster, and
Yeah,
it's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun, like just giving people your stems to your songs and letting them run wild with it.
Yeah, it's been cool to see what every artist does. That's like it sounds. All of them sound different, but they're all so good. Yeah, they've done a really good job on all those mixes.
We're gonna release it in August, end of August, and yeah, I'm just like, and they're. I mean, they're kind of all kinds of different sounds, but they definitely belong on the dance floor. Lua Preta is the last one. My brain was like split, being like, I know there's one more, there's one more. Awesome group from like Poland and Angola, and yeah, it's just they've been coming back and they're like making us dance super hard. I think I'm gonna play one of them at Sasson next week.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds really cool. Any plans to come down south at all? And I'm just saying down south, down the coast.
We're gonna be at Mucho Gusto Fest in Riverside, California,
Okay, too far down.
September
Can we get you up a
19th.
little closer to me?
No, we have to get to the Bay.
Yeah, we do. I do love the Bay.
Oh,
I have family that lived there for a while, but
Yeah.
yeah, we just can keep going south and hit Mexico again.
Just keep going. Where should we play when we come to the Bay these days?
um, El Rio is a really fun spot.
My sister was a bartender there for like a decade.
Oh, you're kidding!
It's
I
my
love El
favorite
Rio.
part of
That's
San
like, well,
Francisco.
I'll tell you one of the things I love about El Rio, like beyond everything else. I don't know if you know the history of the club, but it's like got a really deep history because it was bought by two gay men during the AIDS crisis, and all
Mm,
the rooms upstairs were used as hospice for people. And so it was like really radical, like what they did with that. But then, um, like they've like let us do benefits there for different things and given us the space for free, and just they're so deeply connected to the community, and like they've never like that the roots of who they are just permeate through that place, and
totally.
it's one of the few places that still feels like San Francisco. Like it
Yeah.
hasn't been corrupted by the tech industry and all that stuff. It's like it's still the earthiness of the city and the richness of it. It still lives there. So it's just
Yeah.
so that's
It's yeah. It's a really such a special place. That back courtyard.
yeah,
There
it's
was like it was hard for me because after my sibling Jess left there, then they would, and anytime I would go there as like a 22-year-old, 3-year-old, they would text their friend who was working there and be like, "Don't let Thomas leave standing up." And so then suddenly, like the shots of Patron would just start coming. And I
wow.
didn't. I was 23. I didn't know that you could like be like, "No thanks, I'm good." But yeah, really special place. We should play El Rio.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah, it'll really be cool. We're losing some of our really good clubs,
Yeah.
because they need to build condos, and apparently they need to build them on rock clubs.
Yeah, and you
Right.
need more parking lot for Waymo.
Oh, yeah, there's definitely that. Yeah, that's just there's a lot of need for yeah, it's there's still some really cool places to play here, but like a lot of our underground stuff is not like it was years ago, and it sounds like you've got kept a lot of that up there, which I'm really grateful to hear.
Oh,
But if
we've
you're coming
lost a
down this
lot
way,
up
let me
here
know and
too,
I'll
for
try and
sure.
Yeah, we've lost a lot and we're losing a lot still.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. But I think the beauty of that is again like here I think the DIY scene is so like, okay, get a generator, go to the park and
Hmm.
literally just set up and do it. And even if we get kicked out, so what? At least we
Yeah.
tried.
Marginal way, like
Yeah,
just
exactly.
overpass.
Yeah. There's just so many, there's just so, community here for music is so big. Like people, at least like people who have lived here for a really long time, just understand the importance of keeping spaces alive, whether or not it's in a space that's been around for a really long time. Like if it's gonna get shut down, a lot of people try to keep it alive and like do as
Yeah,
much as they can to spread the word. But if it does, like, yeah, I mean, everywhere I feel like people are losing a lot of old staples, and it's sad to see.
yeah,
But new stuff will come up. I'd
Yeah,
like to see more all ages stuff.
same.
for sure.
Yeah,
Those have been some of our most fun shows. Our
yeah, I
just
love
shows.
it.
Yeah. Well, if people want to reach out to you, get in touch with you, what's the best way for them to do that?
Instagram, La Lucha Luna, at La Lucha Luna. We have a website, luchaluna.com. Um, can send us a letter.
Send us a letter. Yeah,
Yeah, we'd love to hear from folks.
yeah.
That'd be cute.
Whose address?
Yeah, yeah, you can give yours.
Then more
Yeah,
codes, right?
Instagram is great. All this, we have all of our stuff, social media links, all those things, and yeah, it's really fun hearing from folks. So come say
Yeah.
hi.
Well, thank you both, and I can't wait to see you in person one of these days. And if you are coming to the Bay Area, definitely let me know, and we'll see what we can if we can find something for you. And I think we're frozen. Oh no. I think. Oh, you're still there. That was so crazy. I'm not even sure what happened.
It froze.
I know. I'm hoping that it looks like it's still recording. Okay, wow, that was wild. I don't know if it froze on my end or your end. I'm not sure because you were frozen and then all of a sudden everything just
Oh.
stopped.
On our side, you were frozen.
Oh, I see how it is. Well, hey, thank you both so much. This has been super, super fun, and I'm really excited about seeing you live one of these days. And
Yeah, we would love to. You'll be the first person we reach out to when we're able to make it through the Bay. We really want to get down there. So,
please do, please do.
yeah.
So,
Thank
all
you
right, well,
so much
thank you
for
both,
chatting.
and have a great tour. And yeah, excited for the. I can't wait to hear the remixes too. That's gonna be fun.
We'll send them down
Mhm.
very shortly. They're being mastered as we speak.
Right on. Well, cool. Thank you, and hope to see you soon.
Awesome.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Eric.
All right, I just